Pirates, summon the heroic spirit Drake at the beginning. Author, like the wind. Synopsis. Pirates, summon the heroic spirit Drake at the beginning. Author, like the wind. Hey, buddy. Did you know the world's greatest swordsman has been replaced? What? There is such a thing. Who is the new world's largest swordsman? It's a female swordsman named Miyamoto Musashi. Not only that, but I have other exciting news. The title of World's Strongest has also been changed, and it is a queen named Skaha, and that naval hero Garp was also defeated by an old man named Li Shiwen. And so many strong people. Where do they all come from? They all come from an organization called Blue Star. By the way, Miyamoto Musashi and Skaha are my companions. You? Who are you? I am the leader of Blue Star, the protagonist said with a smile. This is the story of the protagonist with a summoning system, summoning two-dimensional characters, and sailing on the sea. The novel and characters are purely fictitious. Any similarity is purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Drake in One Piece. At noon, the sun was shining brightly, and the sea breeze was blowing, bringing waves of spray, showing the brilliance and beauty of the sea. On the reef near the shore, a black-haired and black-eyed young man in his 20s sat on it, and in front of him squatted a 6-year-old boy wearing a straw hat with a sunny smile on his face. In this way, the great Captain Francis Drake completed the feat of circumnavigating the world and became a great pirate revered by the world. This is the story of the great pirate Francis Drake, the young man said to Luffy enthusiastically with a smile, as if he was showing off his treasures. That's right, this 6-year-old kid wearing a straw hat is the son of luck in the world of One Piece, Luffy. And the young man is not from this world, he is a traveler from the earth. Nonsense. There is only one person in the world who circles the world for a week. And that is the One Piece King Goldie Roger. Zion, you lied to me. Luffy is obviously not convinced. Although he thinks the story is good, he doesn't think that Drake has circled the world for a week. This is of course, after all, the world Drake surrounds is the earth and the moon. Haha, so Luffy, you are just a child. This world is huge. Drake really circled the world. She is there. Woman who shot down the sun. What? Drake is a woman. Isn't she a man? Boom. It hurts. Why did you hit me? And it hurts. I'm obviously rubber. Luffy yelled at Zion holding his swollen head. Who told you that Drake is a man? But she is a genuine, sexy and cheerful beauty. Her personality charm is no less than that of men, and she is a genuine super big sister. As he spoke, Zion's expression became more and more high-spirited. Also, this is the st of love. Even if you are rubber, you still cannot escape its punishment. After speaking, Zion dissipated the magic power from his hand. It seems that the magic power of Xinyu world has the same effect as domineering. This is good news. It should also be able to use magic power to capture the ability value of the natural system. Zion thought to himself, HMPH, even if Drake is a woman, she can't go around the world. In that case, wouldn't she be the One Piece? Only I can go around the world. One Piece, I'm sure. Oh, little Luffy wants to be the Pirate King. Then you have to grow up quickly. Otherwise, I will be the Pirate King. Zion touched the big bag on Luffy's head, thinking it was very interesting. Asshole, I must be the One Piece, and don't touch my head. Ha 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 ha. Damn it, don't laugh. Luffy, it's time to eat. There's meat. In the distance, a green-haired Magino shouted to Luffy. Meat, eat meat, eat meat. As soon as he heard that there was meat, Luffy quickly ran to Makino without caring about arguing with Zion. Makino bowed to Zion from a distance, and led Luffy away. What a pretty little devil, isn't he? Captain Drake. After Zion finished speaking, behind him, slowly appeared a sunny and beautiful woman in a pirate costume, with beautiful red hair and a beautiful face. The scar did not damage her appearance, but added a touch of heroism to her. She was Francis Drake. Haha, little guy, you are young, but you have great ambitions. One Piece King, but it seems that he has no chance. After all, it is you, Master, who will become One Piece King. No, you're wrong, Drake. You are the one who will be the One Piece, and I will be the man of the One Piece. Oh. Am I here to become the Pirate King? It's very tempting. I came to this world as a pirate. I can't go around the world. But, Master, can I understand that you are confessing to me? Yeah, after all, you are deeply attracted to me. Can't you? Haha, I'm very happy. After all, since I came to this world, I can't leave my eyes without you. As he said, Drake directly hugged Zion's head into her arms. Too tired. Zion was in pain and joy. Haha, I'm sorry. It's like this when I get excited. Drake let go of Zion in a hurry. However, Master, do you really want me to be the Pirate King? I am your servant, so it stands to reason that I should assist you to become the Pirate King. It's okay, One Piece doesn't attract much to me. I'm even more happy to see you become the King of Pirates again. And the Golden Deer is your ship, and you will be the captain and become the King of One Piece, as it should be. What about you, my dear Master? Of course I will be your master and... Man, that's great. This is really good. Saying that, Ziyan was hugged tightly by Drake. After warming up to each other for a while, Ziyan and Drake began to purchase the supplies needed to go to sea in Windmill Village. The news that the two were going to sea also naturally reached Luffy's ears. Chapter 2 Go to Sea. Ziyan, are you going to sea too? Luffy ran over in a hurry after learning that Ziyan was about to leave Fenk Village to travel around the world. You are gone. Who'll tell me a story? Stinky boy, don't you feel reluctant to say goodbye? I'm going to sea soon. I don't know when. We will meet next time. Anyway, we have been together for more than 10 days. In your eyes, you only care about me. Story? Yeah, story. Why don't you go to sea with me, and you come to be the storyteller on my boat? Impossible, bastard brat. Let's talk about it RST when you grow up. After speaking, Ziyan stopped talking to Luffy, and he and Drake each carried a case of wine and walked towards the beach. Hey, Ziyan, who is she? Your partner? Luffy hurriedly followed, pointing at Drake and asked. Yes, she is very strong, and with her here, there is no need to worry about navigation. Her navigation skills are also very strong. Drake smiled, and in an instant, 2 halos appeared behind him, and 2 cannons protruded from the halos. Get up to 3 lakh game cash? Amazing. Luffy's eyes sparkled. That's right. Drake is super powerful. Ziyan raised his head and chest, feeling very proud in his heart. Wait, you said she was Drake, the Francis Drake in your story? Didn't you say that she has circled the world? Why are you going to sail around the world now? Sure enough, the story is all deceptive. You are just about to start now. Little ghost, the master didn't lie to you. I have really traveled around the world before, and I am the RST person to travel around the world and come back alive. Drake had a smile on his face, and seemed to feel that Luffy very funny. You are talking nonsense. If you have traveled around the world before, why is there no legend about you in the sea? And why are you traveling around the world again now? Because I didn't travel around this world before, little devil. Drake laughed, and Ziyan quickened his pace. Damn it, what is not this world? You are lying to me too. On the shore, the sun is shining, seagulls are ying, and the wind is gently blowing to support the white clouds in the sky. Ziyan and Drake came to the shore without haste, and Luffy also came here with his followers. Where's your boat? I still want to see your boat. Luffy is very strange. There is not a boat on the beach. But Ziyan said that he is going to go to sea. The corners of Ziyan's mouth rose. Captain Drake, let this kid open his eyes. Drake smiled, stepped forward, raised his hand, and said, come out, my partner who travels around the world with me, and show your heroism in this world now. Accompanied by Drake's words, the sea not far away began to turbulent violently, and with a sound of boom, a sailboat with long horns on the front and a red and black main body rushed directly out of the sea. Thin water began to slide down the sailboat. How about it, kid? This is my ship, the Golden Deer. Drake said proudly. It's amazing. The ship rushed out of the sea. Luffy looked at the Golden Deer with bright eyes, very excited. The movement of the Golden Deer rushing out of the sea was not small, and there were also residents of Windmill Village on the shore. At this moment, they were also very shocked. What is that? The boat rushed out of the sea. How is it possible? Why can the ship come out of the sea? But, it really came out of the sea. The villagers were talking. Let's take a good look at this Golden Deer. In the future, it will eventually arrive at One Piece and lead us to capture Roger's great secret treasure. Ziyan was determined. No, you wait. I will go to sea when I grow up. I'm the one who got the big secret treasure, One Piece, I am sure. Haha, then you have to grow up quickly. Come on. Ziyan smiled and touched the straw hat on Luffy's head, and boarded the Golden Deer with Drake. Then, goodbye, Luffy. I look forward to your departure. Ziyan lay on the side of the boat and waved to Luffy. Interesting little devil. Look forward to our meeting again. Drake said to Luffy with his back against the edge of the boat. Just wait. I will go out to sea to catch up with you as soon as possible. Luffy roared. Goodbye, Ziyan, Drake. See you at sea later. Ziyan listened and waved to Luffy again. The Golden Deer also cut through the waves slowly, sailing towards the distance. The sky is clear, blue sky and white clouds. It is a good weather to go to sea. The golden sunlight pierced through the white clouds and fell on the sea and the Golden Deer, casting a radiance on the faces of the 2 people on board. Master, where are we going next? Drake steered the rudder, his eyes fixed on Ziyan who was lying on the couch next to her. Well, let's go to Sirob village. There may be a pirate with a bounty there. Let's catch him and sell him, Ziyan said slowly, holding the simple sea chart bought from Fenk village. Oh, as a pirate, you want to catch other pirates and sell them. The master has a way. After all, we haven't been wanted by the Navy yet. If we want to catch pirates and sell them to the Navy, they won't disagree. That's the way of the pirate hunter. Well, it's pretty good. You agree? Although I am the captain, you are my dear master. Your command is the course of this ship. Drake smiled heartily. And, don't look at me like this, I am also a businessman is very enthusiastic about making money. Besides, we really need to make some money. That's right. If it wasn't for some silly pirate who came to the windmill village where Garp sheltered to give us money, we wouldn't even have enough supplies to go to sea," Ziyun said helplessly. "After all, I don't want to rob civilians either." Money. However, those pirates don't have much money. After buying the supplies, we don't have much left now. Yeah, I didn't even buy much rum. Hey, hello, isn't that much? We spent more than half of our money on wine, and there are more than 10 barrels. Haha, master, I can't drink alcohol. Maybe I still have it today, but it won't be that tomorrow. It's up to you. Anyway, I don't like drinking, so I'll leave the wine to you. Master, as a man, if you don't drink alcohol, your charm will be reduced. Then if I don't drink, will your favorability for me decrease? How come? When I was summoned to this world, the moment I saw you, I knew you were my haven. Derek blushed rarely. My affection for their master is full marks. Although I didn't have any manhood in my lifetime, but that's also in the past tense. Thank you, Drake. Ziyun stood up and hugged Drake tightly. Chapter 3 Encountering a Pirate. Although the system had already told Ziyun that the people being summoned had full marks for him, but hearing Drake's words at this moment, Ziyun couldn't help feeling agitated. Drake buried her face in Ziyun's arms, and she, who had a bold personality, also showed a little girl's smile at this moment. Although Drake is tall, Ziyun is 186 centimeters tall. They are very suitable for embracing each other at the moment. Bang, bang. The sudden sound of running disturbed the mood of the two people on board the Golden Deer, and the ship swayed with the waves because their cannon fell on the sea not far from the Golden Deer. The two separated and looked towards the place where the gunnery came from. There, a sea ship was rapidly approaching them. On the sail, a egg with a skull pattern utters in the wind. Master, can I smash them? Drake raised the corner of his mouth, but her smile at the moment revealed a chill. Of course, it's better to say that I completely agree. Ziyun was also in a particularly upset mood at the moment. However, RSD of all, we have to get the devil fruit on their ship. Of course, the system told Ziyun about the existence of devil fruits. The system can scan the devil fruits in a certain range near Ziyun, and Ziyun can summon two-dimensional characters through the system to recover the devil fruits. The summoned characters, no matter what their personality is, will not have the possibility of betraying Ziyun. The moment they came to this world, in their hearts, Ziyun was the person they wanted in the end. Devil fruit. It's the secret treasure of the sea you mentioned before. With it, master, you can summon new partners. Drake pulled out the double guns on his waist. In this case, you can't directly they smash their ship. Master, you just wait here for me to help you bring the devil fruit. Trouble you, Drake. You know, I can only get one of your big moves when I summon you, and I don't know basic combat skills. Don't worry, master, I'll be back in the while. After speaking, a ship slightly smaller than the Golden Deer appeared next to the Golden Deer. The strange thing was that it was not sailing on their sea, but ying in the air. After Drake jumped on the ship, the small boat immediately flew towards the pirate ship in the distance. At the speed of the spaceship, the distance quickly narrowed. What is that? The ship into the air. How is it possible? Why is this? Quick, don't let it get close to us. The pirates on the pirate ship were all astounded. They had never seen a ship ying in the air. There was constant shouting and cursing on the ship, and even some timid pirates had spread out on the ship. In fact, there are spaceships in this world. The great pirate Golden Lion of the last era had this ying it, but these pirates didn't know about it. Calm down, point the cannons at that spaceship. It's just that it can fly, but it doesn't mean that their shells can't be damaged. Although the captain of the pirate group was also afraid, he did not completely lose his composure. On the contrary, looking at the spaceship, his eyes revealed a strong greed. He has already thought about the scene of driving the spaceship by himself if the spaceship can still be used after killing the opponent. He even thought about changing the name of the pirates to the Flying Pirates. Yes, aim at the spaceship and The captain's words were still effective. The pirates quickly calmed down and read several shots at the spaceship. How could it be? How could it be useless? Impossible. How could there be no damage at all? After the shelling, the spaceship was not damaged at all, and it still rushed towards them. Fire, then boom. The pirate captain really panicked this time, and quickly yelled for Hayes to continue ring, but he fell down before he finished speaking. There was a bullet mark on his forehead. The pirates all stared blankly at their captain. They couldn't believe that their powerful captain just died like this. Hey, boys, are you the one who disturbed my flirtation with the master? While the pirates were still in a daze, Drake had already boarded their ship. And a gun in her hand was still smoking slowly. It's a serious crime to disturb the master and me, so are you ready? With that said, Drake raised his two guns and pointed at the pirates. Bang, 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 bang. On the pirate ship, gunnery continued, but it was all Drake's gunshots. The pirates didn't even have time to react before they were all killed by Drake. None of the pirates survived. The bright red blood oars are blooming at this moment. That's it. After all, they're just a bunch of little pirates. Drake shook his head, and put his guns back on his waist. Forget it, quickly and either devil fruit and return it to the master. Master, here you are. Drake, who returned to the golden deer, gave Ziyun 2 fruits with strange patterns. It's really strange to say that they have 2 devil fruits, and they haven't eaten too many. It's really strange. Could it be that they don't know devil fruits? Drake laughed. This possibility cannot be ruled out. After all, it is in the East China Sea, and the devil fruit has not yet become familiar to everyone. Ziyun also sighed extremely. However, with the devil fruit, you can also summon a second partner, so who will come? Ziyun muttered in a low voice, looking forward to their second partner's arrival in his heart. Chapter 4 A New Call. System, I want to use a devil fruit to summon my companions. Ziyun said silently in his heart. I found a cat fruit, and I found a dog fruit. The host can summon a partner with 2 animal-type devil fruits, and the partner's strength is at their normal level. Is the host sure to summon? A mechanical voice echoed in Ziyun's mind. Regular level, isn't it the partner who summons the peak level strength? Francis Drake is the RST partner summoned by the host. This is a novice gift package character that can directly possess peak level strength. Their characters summoned by the host later all have regular level strength in their initial state. The host can use the devil fruit to GHT. It can be strengthened, and a devil fruit can break through the regular strength. Are there no different types of devil fruits? It doesn't matter what kind it is. In this case, you can't use nature-type fruits to strengthen it. After all, 2 animal-type or superhuman-type animal fruits can be summoned once, and 1 nature-type fruit can be summoned once. If you want to strengthen it, use animal-type or superhuman-type fruits. Devil fruit. Ziyun thought to himself. System, I am sure to use these 2 devil fruits to summon. Please host to choose a summoning profession. As the mechanical sound of the system fell, a list of occupations appeared in Ziyun's mind. Swordsman, mage, fighter, mechanic, assassin, doctor, chef. Well, sure enough, the seawater chooses the doctor. It is impossible to do without a doctor on the sea. If it is cooking, I can barely pass it, so I choose RST. Doctor. System, I choose the profession of doctor. Let's call. The selection of the host is complete, and the summoning begins. As the system finished speaking, a shining magic circle suddenly appeared in front of Ziyun out of thin air. On the magic circle, the light and shadow changed, and slowly, the light and shadow became mixed, and then with the disappearance of the light and the magic circle, the Gyur inside Nali showed her Gyur. Well, even though I like Missil very much, the person who came here is indeed someone I like. But he is a drunk again. Looking at the person in front of him, Ziyun complained, but the corners of his mouth couldn't stop rising. With long golden hair, a diamond-shaped tattoo on his forehead, wearing a green coat and loose clothes, it is difficult to portray his plump and beautiful Gyur. Ziyun stared at his second partner intently. After the summoning, the summoned character Senjutsu made his strength and ninja level. The host has obtained the physique of Byaihazujutsu, and the body's ability to withstand damage and recovery ability has been improved. Well, this ability is not bad. This time, the self-protection ability has become quite high. In addition, is it Jonin? That is, after strengthening, can it reach the shadow level? Sure enough, in the future, collect a lot of devil fruits. Hey, kid, is it good looking? A nice and mature voice sounded beside Ziyun's ear. Yeah, it looks good. Ziyun didn't react, but just answered blankly. His eyes didn't move away, as if he was already stunned. Then, let's take a closer look. As soon as the words fell, Ziyun's head was hugged by Tsunade, and bursts of fragrance rushed into his nose. Well, let's see clearly now. Huh? Didn't you see what you said clearly? Let's get closer. As he said, Tsunade increased his strength. Oh. Ziyun shook his head vigorously. Finally, Tsunade let go of his hands, and Ziyun was freed. Phew, I seemed to see a river just now, and I almost crossed the river to reach the other side. Ha, little master, you are really exaggerating. I am not a man-eating beast, Tsunade said pointing at himself. No, to a certain extent, you are more powerful than beasts, very powerful. Really, then? Do you like it? Tsunade tugged at the skirt of his clothes, so that he could better show himself in Ziyun's eyes. Of course I like it. After that, you should appreciate it a lot. Hee, Denightly, master, I really like this type of woman. Should I be happy that mine is pretty good? Drake puffed out his chest. However, master, shouldn't it be time to introduce a new partner? Oh, yes, come on, let me introduce each other. Okay, everyone has gotten to know each other, so let's have a banquet next, and welcome our new partners to join us. It's so good, this is a good drink. Drake licked the corner of his mouth. Would you like to drink? That would be great. Tsunade was also very excited. Hey, are they really 2 drunkards? Ziyun was helpless. However, before drinking, Derek, destroy that pirate ship. I don't want to see it anymore. Okay, my master, just right, I want to do the same. Drake stepped forward, pulled out his intlock, and aimed at the pirate ship. Golden Deer, aim. All guns at the enemy ship ahead. Get ready. Launch. Boom, boom. Accompanied by the ring of the pistol in Drake's hand, more than a dozen golden laser beams were read from the muzzle of the golden deer. The laser shipped, and the pirate ship completely disintegrated. Chapter 5 Arriving at Sirob village. Get up to 3 lakh game cash? At night, the stars are all over the night sky, reacted on the sea, showing little glowing halos. On the golden deer, the lights were shining, and the voices of 3 people laughing and talking could be heard from time to time. Come on, drink, master. How can a man on the sea not drink? Derek put his hand on Ziyun's shoulder and blushed. Obviously he had drunk a lot of wine. Yeah, Drake is right. A man who doesn't drink alcohol will be looked down upon. Tsunade raised his wine glass and stretched it towards Ziyun. His face was also bright red. Hey, Ziyun sighed. He had expected this to happen a long time ago. Come on, let's drink. Raising the wine glass in his hand, Ziyun slowly let go of his hands and feet to drink. Because he discovered that after having the body of Baihao, his drinking capacity has increased a lot. Although I am still not used to the taste of wine, I can indeed drink a lot. That's right, drink, drink. Drake and Tsunade quickly raised their glasses. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Before they knew it, the 3 of them had already finished drinking the wine on board. Although Ziyun also drank a lot, the 2 women drank much more than him. At this moment, the 2 were leaning on Ziyun's shoulders, squinting their eyes, breathing evenly, as if they had fallen asleep. Ziyun glanced at the 2 women and smiled. Helping the 2 to stand up, they walked slowly towards the room. After putting the 2 of them on the bed and changing the quilt, Ziyun planned to withdraw. Are you leaving like this? There are 2 beauties who are drunk and unconscious in front of you. Derek opened his eyes, and looked at Ziyun in an adjusted manner. I don't think you're drunk. That's right, I'm not drunk, let alone you who are physically stronger than me. That level of alcohol won't overwhelm you. You're not drunk, Tsunade. Ziyun looked at Tsunade. Hee, of course this little wine won't hurt me. Tsunade also opened his eyes, looking at Ziyun with a hushed face. Little master, are you really not going to be with us? Okay, both of you, it's getting late, let's have a good rest today. My head is really dizzy now. Ziyun lay on the bed and looked at the 2 of them. Then, good night, Tsunade. Drake ran. At noon, it was the busy time in people's lives, but Ziyun was still lying on the bed. Master, this is not acceptable. Now you can't get out of bed. What will you do if you have more drinking partners in the future? Drake smiled all over his face, and his expression became brighter and brighter. Yes, little master, what Drake said makes sense. Tsunade, who was holding the food, sat next to Ziyun. Why don't you practice with me? You have the body of 100 heroes. Studying with me will definitely strengthen your physique. At that time, when you drink, you will also be able to last longer. Get out, you two. It's not that I can't do it, it's that you are too aggressive. Do you know how much you drank last night? 2 big sisters. Ziyun was very helpless. Although I have strengthened my physique, I can't bear the 2 of you doing this. Cultivation is impossible. You can only barely make ends meet by summoning. At that time, I will get a stronger physique from my new partner. Let's see how I deal with you. Then we will wait and see, little master. Saying that, both women burst out laughing. In Sirob village, a little smoke is rising from the homes of each household, and it is obviously time for people to cook. Master, we have arrived at Sirob village. Derek straightened his hat and looked straight at their island in front of him. It's nearly here, go make a fortune, and then buy wine. Tsunade stood up. It would be great if there was a casino on the island. I heard the sound of Berry rushing away. Hey, little master, what do you mean? Do you think I will lose the bet? Isn't it? Tsunade, how is your luck? Don't you know? Well, how do you know if you don't try it? Maybe you'll be lucky if you change their world. You can do whatever you want, provided that you use your medical skills to make more money. Ziyun didn't intend to make Tsunade quit gambling either. There is a rich lady on this island who is seriously ill, and many doctors can't cure her. You should go and see her when the time comes. Leave it to me, I will not slack off when it comes to gambling money. Tsunade patted his chest and said seriously. Cough, cough. Drake, let's dock the boat, let's go up and have a look. Ziyun looked away from Tsunade with difficulty, and turned to Drake. Okay, master. Doctor, please, save my mother. I will do whatever you ask me to do. A 6-year-old boy with a long nose pulled a doctor in a white coat with a sad look on his face. Mom can't die. You soap. I'm sorry, I've tried my best. Go and be with your mother. She doesn't have much time. How could this be, Mum? Usopp let go of the doctor's hand, slumped on the ground, tears streaming down his face. Hey, the doctor sighed and walked away silently. Maybe we can cure your mother's illness. Ziyun and the 3 who witnessed what happened came forward. Chapter 6 Healing Diseases. Really? Can you really cure my mother? Usopp rushed to Ziyun as if he had grasped the last straw. Of course, I have a very good doctor here. Take us to see your mother. Okay, please come with me. Usopp wiped away his tears, and led Ziyun and the 3 towards his home. Mom, I brought a new doctor here. and they said they can cure your illness. Usopp looked at his mother lying on the bed, tears streaming down again. Usopp, thank you. The woman on the bed looked at Usopp, then at Zion and the others. Hi, I'm Ben China. Thank you for coming to see me. Thank you. Let's talk about it after we cure your illness. Zion looked at Tsunade. I'll leave it to you, Tsunade. Oh. Leave it to me. After finishing speaking, Tsunade walked towards Ben China who was lying on the bed. Well, the virus infection in both lungs has caused high fever and general fatigue. The author is talking nonsense. If you take medicine, you need to adjust slowly. Tsunade touched his chin. But I don't know the medicine here very well. Let us do it directly. Tsunade stretched out his hand and placed it on Ben China's chest. Gradually, Tsunade's hand lit up with a green light. What is this? Looking at Tsunade's hands, Usopp's eyes widened. Don't worry, it's just her palm immortal technique, which can regulate the body and speed up the body's recovery. Zion said to Usopp, I think your mother will recover soon. Really? That would be great. Usopp looked back at his mother excitedly. After a while, the light from Tsunade's hands slowly faded. Okay, after that, pay attention to rest more, and take care of your body, and you will recover slowly, Tsunade said to Bankina. At this moment, Bankina looked much better than before the treatment. Great, Mom, how are you feeling now? Usopp rushed to his mother on the bed. I'm much better, Usopp, my body is much lighter, I'm just a little weak now. Bankina smiled and looked at Usopp. Usopp, go and take out the money in the box and pay the doctor. Okay, I'll go right now. No need, you don't look rich, save your money and buy some nutritious food. Zion refused. How can this be? It's decided like this. Then, the illness is cured, and we should go. After speaking, Zion led the two girls and walked out of the house. Thank you, doctor, thank you all, Bankina said gratefully. Thank you. Usopp bowed deeply to the three. With a wave of his hand, Zion led the two of them out of Usopp's house. TSK. The treatment is free. Tsunade folded her arms and followed behind Zion. Anyway, their family can't give much money, so it's a good deed. Zion looked at the villa not far away. See there, we should be able to make a lot of money there. At that time, I have to ask Tsunade you. Hey, leave it to me. Tsunade raised his head and chest. After passing through elds and houses, the three of them came to the gate of the villa. Here, a little girl with blonde hair is watering the oars in the yard. Behind him, a slender man in deacon uniform and glasses stood silently, holding his eyes with his palms from time to time. I found you, Beiji Keluo, Zion muttered to himself. However, let's solve the girl's problem. RST. Hello, girl over there, are your parents at home? I have a business to discuss with your adults. Hey, are you Dad's guest? Yes, is your father there? Please wait a moment, I'll call my father. Kia put down the watering pot and ran into their house. Dad, someone is looking for you outside. Crow glanced at the three of them silently, then turned and followed Kia. Looking at Kluo's back, a cold light dashed in Zion's eyes. For people like Crow, he doesn't have a good impression. Excuse me, what do you want from me? The middle-aged man who followed Kia looked at the three of them. He is Kia's father. Hello, we heard that your daughter is sick and weak. We have very good doctors here, so we want to treat your daughter. Doctor? The man looked at the three of them, but he didn't think which of them looked like a doctor. Tsunade, let's demonstrate. Seeing the man's doubts, Zion turned to look at Tsunade. Behind him, Tsunade stepped forward, stretched out his left arm, stroked his right arm lightly, and a bleeding wound came out. But Tsunade here has no phobia. What are you doing? The man asked suspiciously. Tsunade ignored the man, and put his right palm on the wound. A greenish light dashed. After a while, Tsunade took her right hand away from the wound, and at this time, there was no trace of the wound on her left arm. This is it. The man was very surprised. Now, can we treat your daughter? Zion smiled silently. Chapter 7 Mikro. Please come in, all three. Seeing Tsunade's healing effect with his own eyes, the middle-aged man quickly opened the door and let the three of them in. The three of you come to the house RST. After speaking, the man turned to Kia. Kia, you follow. Inside the villa, the man and Zion were sitting on a sofa, while Kia stood aside, staring at Tsunade curiously. She also saw Tsunade's treatment just now, and guessed that this beautiful big sister will treat her next. Kluo, go and prepare coffee for the three of you. After the man finished speaking, he looked at Zion expectantly. I wonder if Sir can start treating my daughter? The man vaguely saw that the three of them were headed by Zion, so although Tsunade was showing his art, he was also asking Zion at this moment. No problem, sir, but the cost of the treatment. As long as my daughter's illness is cured, money is not a problem. Then I'm relieved. Tsunade, let's treat this lovely lady. Tsunade smiled and stepped forward. Little girl, come on, let me help you take a look. Yes, Kia replied obediently. There is nothing wrong with this girl, it's just that she is weak and sick because of her innate system. After a while, Tsunade understood Kaya's physical condition. I can use my ability to adjust her physique, and she will return to normal in a short time. Great, thank you, Doctor. Kaya's father was very happy. Then, can you prepare a room for Tsunade to treat Kaya? Ziyan looked at the man. Also, I have a business I want to talk to you about. Of course, Mli, take this doctor and Kaya to Kaya's room. Yes, sir, said Mary. Doctor, please follow me. After Nishing speaking, he led Tsunade and Kaya towards the room. Okay, leave the medical treatment to Tsunade, let's talk about another business. After Ziyan Nished speaking, he turned to look at Drake. Drake understood, got up, and walked behind Crow. Crow turned his head to look at Drake, and pushed his glasses with his hand. Look at this RST. Ziyan took out a wanted warrant from his arms and placed it on the table. In front of the man. Crow's eyes froze, and he saw that this was his wanted warrant. Just as he was about to restrain the middle-aged man, a gun was already stuck to the back of his head. Don't move, or I will lose my temper. Drake teased. You are the pirate Crow, the leader of the Black Cat Pirates. The middle-aged man had already seen the portrait on the arrest warrant, which was exactly the same as his butler. Crow was silent. Beiji Kaluo is good at trickery. He must have some sinister plan when he comes to you. Yan lay on the sofa and watched this scene. What is your purpose? Are you really the pirate Crow? The man couldn't sit still anymore, stood up, and asked, pointing at Crow. Crow didn't reply, but the muscles all over his body were tense, secretly calculating how to escape from here. He had already seen the strength of Drake behind him, and when Drake stood behind him, he focused on Drake. But he didn't notice at all when Drake put the gun to his head, and the doctor's method was also peculiar. He has no chance of winning. On the way here, I met the Black Cat Pirates. Ziyan looked at Crow. What did you do? Crow's eyes ashed coldly when he heard the Black Cat Pirates. Of course it defeated them, and I heard a plan from that hypnotist named Zhangao. Ziyan narrowed his eyes and looked at Crow. I heard from him that the great Captain Crow is tired of life on the sea, intending to pretend to be a poor person to win the trust of the rich and powerful in Sirob village, so as to obtain their property. Do you think this is true? Carabattle. No, Crow, is what he said true? Kia's father looked at the butler he trusted before in disbelief. I didn't expect it to be those lovely subordinates of mine who exposed me. If I had known earlier, I should have killed them all before. Kluo looked gloomy. Kia's father was speechless at this moment, and he was afraid for a while. He didn't dare to imagine what would happen in the future if the three of Ziyan didn't come here today. Ha ha ha. You admitted it. What if I told you that I never met the Black Cat Pirates? Ziyan laughed loudly. I'm deceiving you, Captain Crow. You, boom. Before Crow could say a word, he was hit on the head with the butt of a gun by Drake behind him. Judging by the volume of the voice, it was obvious that Crow was hopeless. This is what Ziyan and the three had discussed a long time ago. When Crow admitted that he was the leader of the Black Cat Pirates, he would kill him. Although it is possible to kill him directly, no matter how you say it, you have to give an explanation to the Kia family. Crow never dreamed that he, who was prescient in calculations, would be greeted with such an end. Kia's father silently looked at Luo's body lying on the oar, without saying a word for a long time. Chapter 8 Encounter. In the early morning, the sun was shining brightly, and there were no clouds in the sky. The breeze blew to support the port of Sirob village, and the banner of the Golden Heart uttered with the wind. Its pirate tag did not scare off the people who saw Ziyan and his party off. Big Sister Tsunade, thank you for curing my illness. Big Brother Ziyan, thank you for bringing Big Sister Tsunade to treat me. Kia put her hands in the shape of a trumpet and shouted loudly. Kia's spirit has improved a lot. Thank you for saving Mum. Thank you very much. Long-nosed Usopp also imitated Kia and shouted. Thank you for your help. I really appreciate it. Kia's father stood on the shore, thanking him sincerely. We have also received your reward, Millionberry, as well as food, wine, medical supplies, books, etc. Should it be said that you are a rich man in Sirob village? Got a lot of resources. Ziyan is also very happy, and thank you for the bounty you gave Crow. You know our identities are inconvenient to go to the Navy to ask for the bounty. It's nothing, compared to what you have done. What I give is nothing at all. Okay, that's all for now. It's time for us to set off. New adventures are still waiting for us. Then, see you again. In Ziyan's words, the Golden Deer sailed slowly towards the sea. A week after the Golden Deer sailed away from Sirob village, a pirate ship with a dragon head-shaped bow docked at the hidden place of Sirob village. This ship is also extremely famous in the entire sea. It is the Red Foss. Jesus Boo, your hometown is here. Are you really not going to meet your wife and children and talk to them? Redhead Shanks looked at Jesus Boo on the side. Haha, I'm afraid that if I see them, I will be reluctant to leave. Jesus Cloth smiled, looking in the direction of his home. I'll just go and watch them from a distance. Then, everyone, wait here for me. After speaking, Jesus jumped out of the boat and walked towards his house. In Usopp's house, the smoke is slowly rising. Mom, your body is not fully recovered yet, just let me cook. Usopp hoped that his mother could rest for a while, and kept persuading Benchina to rest. It's okay, Usopp, after Dr. Tsunade's treatment, I can feel that I am much better. and lying in bed all the time is not conducive to recovery. But, Mom, you almost died of illness. You should rest more! Boom. Jesus Boo, who was standing outside the door, heard that his wife was about to die of illness, so he hurriedly opened the door and looked at Bankina. What's going on, my wife? What happened when I almost died of illness? The anxious Jesus rushed to Bankina, lightly grabbing her shoulders with both hands. Husband, Dad. Seeing the sudden appearance of Jesus' cloth, Bangina and Usopp widened their eyes. That's right, it was Xian and his party who saved you. After Usopp and Bankina's narration, Jesus Boo understood what happened. I'm sorry, but I wasn't there when you needed help the most. Jesus Boo looked at Bankina with tears in his eyes. If something happened to Bankina, he would nightly be in great pain. It's okay, husband. Wife, Jesus, wait a moment. I want to stay with you for a while. I'll tell the captain to let him stay here for a while. After finishing speaking, Jesus Boo rushed towards the direction where the Red Fourth was docked. Is that so, Xian and his party? We must thank them when we meet in the sea in the future. Shanks sighed. If this is the case, then we will stay here for a while. Jesus asks you to accompany them more. Stay with your wife and children. Thank you, Captain. I'm going right away. After Jesus finished speaking, he jumped out of the boat and hurried home. Quick, quick, go faster. Left full rudder. Hurry up, left full rudder. Do you want to die? Hurry up. Angry, Creek punched a pirate on the plywood of the ship. Creek panicked. He saw a good-looking ship in the sea and planned to take it as his own. But as soon as it was threatened, the opponent's ship read laser rays. That's a laser. If Crick hadn't reacted quickly and jumped to another ship in a hurry. He will also be reduced to pieces at sea along with a destroyed pirate ship. Although he was envious of the golden deer that could shoot lasers, he was more afraid. What followed was Crick's escape all the way. Along the way, his ship was constantly destroyed by lasers, and he had already begun to despair. At this moment, he saw a large eat not far away. This is his eat? Previously, he only took a small part of the eight to set off, and most of them were commanded by his chief of combat, Ajin. At this moment, seeing the eight, he desperately ordered the crew to join the eight. The golden deer slowed down, and the three people on board watched their meeting silently. Ha 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 ha, we're together, we're together. Crick shed tears of excitement. Of the ships he led, now only one remains. Instead, his heart was led with anger. I can't let them go. I still have 15 pirate ships. Even if its ships have strong repower, there will only be one after all. The victory is mine. Crick thought to himself. Chapter 9 Golden Deer and Stormy Night. On the sea, more than a dozen pirate ships are confronting the Golden Deer. Listen, people of the ships in front, although you have damaged several of my pirate ships, as long as you surrender to me and dedicate your ships, I can spare you. Crick stood at the bow and yelled at the Golden Deer. You only have one ship, but I have more than 10 ships. Think about it carefully. Regarding Crick's words, Xian chuckled, and led Tsunade and Drake onto the bow. Not bad, there are two beauties. Come on. Be my woman. I'm the man who wants to dominate the sea. Crick saw Drake and Tsunade, and immediately opened his mouth. Ha ha, yes, Captain Creek is the man who is destined to become the One Piece. It's an honor for you to be the captain's woman. Yes, yes. Hearing Crick's words, the crew of the Crick pirates booed. The Golden Deer, Xian, had a gloomy expression. Murderous aura burst out in his eyes. Speaking of which, I haven't used this ability since I obtained it today. Let you try its power. King of the Undead, on the night of the storm, the wild hunt is about to begin. Following Xian's words, another Golden Deer appeared in front of him. With the ship as their center, 20 ships launched one after another, and their guns aimed at the Creek pirates in unison. This is, why are there so many extra ships? Crick was frightened. Just one ship had already frightened him, but now so many ships appeared out of thin air. Xian jumped onto the bow of the newly appeared Golden Deer and looked at Creek. You seemed very content about your eight just now. What about now? Impossible, impossible. Run away, run away. Creek shouted and ordered the crew. It's too late. Remember the name of this move. Golden Wild Hunt. Following Xian's order, the Golden Deer and the other small boats collectively ejected laser light from the muzzle. Dozens of laser beams skipped over the sea, rushed towards Creek pirates, and were printed in Creek's eyes. Laugh. In an instant, the Creek pirates were all wiped out. Only the wreckage of the Creek pirate ship remained in the sea. As expected of your treasure, it's so powerful. To be honest, I think it's a bit of a waste of money to use it against Crick. Xian dispersed the treasure and turned to look at Drake. And the consumption is quite large. The magic power that comes with acquiring the skill is directly gone by a small half. After all, it is the ultimate armament of a heroic spirit. It is natural that it consumes a lot, Master. Drake couldn't deny it. That's right, but with such a great power, once the noble phantasm is released, there must not be many enemies left. Xian smiled. However, I still have to practice in the future, at least to improve my own magic power. Come on, Tsunade, Drake, let's continue sailing. A little farther away from the Golden Deer, a huge and luxurious ship was sailing. On the boat, An ugly man wearing a glass cover was looking in the direction of the golden deer with a telescope. It is the Tanlong people. What was that just now? The ship that suddenly appeared in the sky can shoot lasers. Quick, go over there. Yes. The butler behind Tanlongren listened to the order and hurriedly went to arrange their direction of sailing. A ship sailing in the sky. I must get them. Tanlong people swear by it. Host, found a devil fruit. A mechanical voice suddenly sounded in Ziyan's mind. Well, devil fruit. Ziyan quickly looked around, and soon saw the Tanlong people's ship with the ag of the world government. It seems that it is there. Ziyan was not in a hurry to sail anymore, so he stopped at the spot and watched the Tanlong people's boat approach. Well, this ship is very similar to the one that was ying in the air just now. The snotty Tanlongren looked at Ziyan and the others. The ships ying in the air just now have something to do with you. Hurry up and give them to me. Hee. Ziyan just sneered at this, and made no other moves. Huh? You told you to hand over the boat. Didn't you hear? After speaking, Tanlongren drew his pistol and shot Ziyan. The bullet stopped at Ziyan's chest and was really grasped by a bare hand. It's not good to shoot at my king. Tsunade crushed the bullet in his hand and looked at Tanlongren coldly. Tanlong people are the sons of gods, and Tanlong people are noble. Everyone must obey. Tanlong people, how dare you catch my bullet? After Nishing speaking, Tanlong people read several shots at Tsunade. However, the bullets were all caught by Tsunade and crushed. Tsunade, I beg you to get rid of them. Ziyan is not afraid of the Tanlong people. Although his own power is not strong enough now, in time, his power will innately become the number one power in the world. Okay, just right. I'm also very upset about this slug. Drake, the safety of the little master is in your hands. Tsunade clenched his STS and jumped towards the dragonman's boat. Heaven's feet. Boom. Tsunade's hands and feet hit the ground, bringing up large pieces of debris from the ship. Chapter 10 Big Harvest. Do you know what you are doing? Attacking a celestial dragon is a serious crime. The masked CP0 agent who suddenly appeared protected the celestial dragon behind him. Kill her. No, I will make her my slave. I will torture her. The celestial dragon who hid behind there. CP0 agent roared. If CP0 hadn't appeared quickly to take him away from the place just now, Tsunade's attack foot, it will kill him. Yes, Saint Rodwood. CP0 replied. Woman, you are already surrounded. I advise you to surrender yourself, so as not to suffer from ash and blood. Tanlongren's guard is really not simple, just like what the little master said. The speed of saving the slug just now is also very fast. But Tsunade looked around at the black-clothed agent who was pointing a gun at himself. I turned my head to look at CP0. Do you really think you can beat me? As the words fell, Tsunade punched the deck of the ship. Boom. The deck was hit hard again and completely cracked. Even the whole boat is rocking. What? Everyone on the boat, except Tsunade and CP0, couldn't stand immediately, and many people even fell on the tattered deck. That's a lot of strength. I absolutely can't GHT her hard. CP0's eyes waxed, and he kicked Tsunade with his foot. Land feet. An arc-shaped slash quickly rushed towards Tsunade. Facing the slash, Tsunade didn't dodge or dodge, and punched him directly. Laugh. Under Tsunade's strange power, the slash immediately collapsed. Is it only at this level? Tsunade chuckled. Then it's my turn. As soon as he finished speaking, Tsunade appeared in front of CP0. So fast. Iron block. Arm. CP0 didn't rush to dodge at all, because behind him was the celestial dragon, and he could only use his strongest defense to resist Tsunade's attack. Boom. Tsunade's ST hit CP0's body, making a loud noise, and CP0 U backwards. Although CP0 defended, he felt that the arm he used to defend was about to break. The inverted CP0 quickly grabbed the dazed Tanlongren, trying to protect him. However, he, who was already weaker than Tsunade, was distracted by taking care of the celestial dragon. Tsunade immediately seized the opportunity to get close. Before CP0 could react, the chakra scalpel had already scratched his neck. As he retreated, a streak of blood sprayed from his neck. His head flew into the air. How is it possible that Master CP0 was defeated like this? Quick, call for backup. Hey, this is Saint Rodwood's ship, we are under attack, please. Boom. The agent, who was calling for backup, fell to the ground after the gunnery, blood gushing from his heart area. Ziyan walked towards the phone bug that had fallen to the ground, and silently hung up there. Phone. Drake followed closely behind him. This is not allowed. Calling for support is a foul. Ziyan looked at the trembling agents. Besides, I don't want to expose myself, so can I ask you to die? When talking about death, Ziyan looked at Tanlongren. At this moment, Tanlongren has completely lost his arrogance, lying on the ground, his body shaking. Don't come here, I'm a Tanlong person, you can't kill me. Navy, the world government will not let you go. But, no one will know, right? Ziyan picked up an agent's gun and aimed it at the Tanlongren. To be honest, I really want to know the difference between the Tanlongren and ordinary people, whether they were shot or not. Will he not be injured and die like ordinary people? Can you help me answer it? Bang. After the gunshot, The Tanlong people were completely dead? It seems that Tanlong people are no different from ordinary people. Ziyun blew on their smoke from the muzzle of his gun. The Celestial Dragon man was killed. Oops, the Celestial Dragon is dead. You killed the Celestial Dragon. The remaining agents were completely stunned. As the nobles of the world, Tanlong people enjoy great rights. No one has ever dared to hurt a Celestial Dragon, let alone kill a Celestial Dragon. But at this moment, Tanlong died in front of their eyes, which made them completely dumbfounded. It's too noisy. I should send you to hell. Ziyun waved his pistol and aimed at the remaining agents. Bang, bang, bang. Well, 2 devil fruits. Good luck. Ziyun, who came to the treasure room on the ship, looked at the fruits in a treasure box and said, discover the natural fruit soil fruit, and discovered the phantom beast devil fruit turned cat fruit. Discover a fortune of 13 billion berry. Ding. Congratulations to the host's wealth reaching 1 billion berry. The host has obtained an advanced gift package, which can summon a 2-dimensional peak-level powerhouse. Because the wealth of the host has reached 1 billion berry, the Krypton Gold Enhancement service is enabled. The host can strengthen the summoned character by recharging berry, and the enhancement cost is million berry. This is really a bumper harvest. Sure enough, Tanlong people are high-experienced species. I received so many things at once. Ziyun was excited and shouted happily. Master, I'm very happy. Are you going to summon new partners again? Drake moved closer to Ziyun. Yes, yes. Are you going to summon a beautiful girl again? Be careful that your body can't bear it. Tsunade also approached Ziyun. Ziyun's smile froze. If you like this audiobook, subscribe the channel for more videos like this. Leave some comment and let me know if you guys like this story, or you have a web novel you like and want to hear its audiobook. I will be happy to create them for you. Please like, share, and leave a comment on the video.